Dear students, second part of common tangents is transverse common tangent. In the first video, we have drawn direct common tangent, and in this video, we will learn that how to draw and what is meant by transverse common tangent. So first, go to the definition on written on the left hand side that states that transverse common tangent if the points of contacts of tangents to two circle is on the opposite side of the line joining the center. So you can see that in this diagram AB is the line segment joining the centers of the two circles. If the point of contact of two tangents like this point and this point, so these are the two touching points or point of contact of the tangent, and they are lying opposite side of the line joining the center. For example, if it is T1 and it is T1 dash, for example, then these 2 points are lying on the opposite direction of the line segment joining the centers. Similarly, this is T2, for example, T2 some dash, and this point is T2 only. From T2 to T2 dash, again the point of contacts, they are lying on the opposite direction of the line joining the centers or line segment joining the center. So this is called transverse common tangents. So we will do the practice again. We will take up one question and we will draw that how to draw a transverse common tangent. So for the sake of transverse common tangent, I have written a question that draw two transverse common tangents to two circles with radii 4 centimeter and 2 centimeter. I have taken two circles for two different radii while the distance between their center is taken as 8.5 centimeter. So what will be required? Simply we will draw two tangents for two circles one by one. On A, for example, I am taking a circle of radius 4 centimeter, and on B I will draw the circle of radius 2 centimeter. So two circles, those are drawn in the shape of are drawn with red color. This is a red color drawing. So two circles are drawn, one with the radius 4 centimeter and the other one will be with the radius 2 centimeter according to the given question. Now again, as I told you earlier, that we have to draw two more circles in transverse common tangent as well, but those two circles will be the supportive or a part of the steps to construct common tangents. For those we have to uh, take again one step as common that we did in the previous part, that was direct common tangent. Draw the perpendicular bisector of AB and it will be dotted again to find the midpoint. So uh, we will simply draw one perpendicular bisector, and this perpendicular bisector will be exactly in the middle of line segment AB, somewhere here in the middle of the line segment. So this perpendicular bisector is drawn by taking intersecting arcs A and B are centers, taking A and B as centers, and by opening the compass more than half of the length of side AB, we will draw perpendicular bisector and its midpoint will be labeled as M point, for example. And by taking M as center and M to A or M to B a radius, we will draw another circle that will be a dotted circle. So for dotted circle, I am drawing this like this one in the blue color. So this will be a dotted circle and it will pass through point A and point B. This is the required circle that will be in form of dots. So once you will draw it, erase at some certain points to make it a dotted circle, because actual circles will be in the dark color. So this is the third circle. And now for drawing another circle, that is the fourth and the last circle. What is required for transverse common tangent? We have to take sum of radii and the center of the larger circle. Center of the larger circle will be used, but this time sum of radii will be done. So I have done in the right corner that sum of radii is 4 and 2 6 centimeter circle. So we will draw the 6 centimeter circle by taking A as center and this circle will also be dotted circle. So I'm drawing it with the blue color again. So it will be like bigger than this circle, like this one. So the four circles are completed and these two blue color circles will be dotted. Now you have to find the point of context. So now quickly what we will do, that we will mark the point of context. Dotted circles point of intersection will be taken above and below the diagram, right? Where the dotted circles are intersecting, mark those points. Let's suppose that point is P, right? And below is point Q, like this one. And then we will draw line segments. So you will join A to P and A to Q. And you have to notice that AP line is intersecting the actual circle at a point. So mark that point. For example, this is T1. This point is this point. The actual circle's point of intersection is T1. Let's suppose this is T1. And similarly, below this A to Q line is intersecting the original circle, that is in red color, at point T2. So we need points to draw the tangents. Now you have to draw the parallel line. Like parallel line in the smaller circle, how to draw that in case of transverse tangent circle, we will draw parallel line in this way, that A to P's parallel line will be drawn in the second circle in this direction, right? Like in this direction. So I will tell you that how to draw the parallel line. It's very simple, that you just have to use your compass to make parallel line. Use your compass and center at a point and measure this distance. Then from this point till this point, measure the compass. Simple, by using these two. And then put the compass right here and mark the whatever the arc length is there, simply draw in this direction, like this one. This is basically the alternate angle technique, so that you can join from this point to this point. It is T1 dash point, right? So this, we need this point T1 in fact. So I have drawn the arrowhead. I will remove it and I will draw the line segment at this point. I am just telling you that how to draw the parallel line. But your parallel line, this will be in the downward direction. So this point will be T1, and in the same pattern you have to draw A parallel to AT2 in this direction. Parallel line will be drawn like this one. So I just let me write it because this is important information. Like, you have to draw parallel lines. Which parallel lines? Line segments, or line segments. Which line segments? So you have to draw AT1 parallel to BT1 dash, right? B to T1 dash. And then you will draw AT2 parallel to BT2 and dash. Just let me place the dashes now and parallel lines. So BT1 dash, and this is the sign of parallel lines, right? So draw parallel lines like this one. This is a symbolic presentation. So once the parallel lines are drawn, then you have gotten the point of contact for the tangents. This is T2. Now simply join these point of contacts with the help of straight line to get the tangent lines. I will draw one by one. Firstly, I have to join T1 to T1 dash, like this one. Take its color as red basically, so that actual drawings can be used. So this is the first transverse tangent. Similarly, we will draw another one by joining the point of intersections. So the important part in this diagram is about drawing parallel lines. So those can be just touching the circle at one point only. This is how you have to draw. So T1 to T1 dash and T2 to T2 dash, these are the two tangents. So T1 to T1 dash, this is the first tangent. You can measure their lengths, they should be same. It is the first tangent, it should be equals to T2 T2 dash, lengthwise they should be same. So this is how you have to draw transverse common tangent. So you can see and you can draw it yourself. I hope you have understood the question.